Hello, Creeplings! So, it's a new year, and this one is a rather big one for me. I just reached the big 30-year milestone this month, and with that, and with the recent YouTube milestones, I figured I would do this, a Draw My Life, to give you Creeplings a little more background behind Lupus Creepus. I'll warn you, this may not be as interesting as you think. Well, I was born here in California, right near San Francisco. I'm the only child to two wonderful parents, Fred and Karen. We didn't have anything too fancy, but they made sure we were comfortable. Middle-class Americans. That's pretty much what we were. Now, little known fact, I was a little scaredy cat when I was a kid. Now, I remember all sorts of horror movies and scary things would terrify me. I think I even cried at the Haunted Mansion ride at Disneyland when I was a kid. Hell, even werewolf movies scared me. Yeah, kind of sad, huh? It was also at this young age that tragedy struck as well. When I was 7 years old, I lost my mom to an illness she had been fighting for a while. I don't really remember much of her anymore, except that she was very kind and very creative. I think that's where I got a lot of my creativity from. So, for a while after that, it was just me and my dad. Now, I have a lot of respect for my dad because he raised me for a good portion of my life on his own while still working a full-time job. He provided for us both, and I feel like he really tried to give us a good home, and did. Down the line, though, my dad was able to find love again in a woman named Joanne. Joanne became my stepmom and soon had the absolute pleasure of helping to raise me through my preteen and teen years. She must have had a lot of patience in order to get through that. Now, this was the time I really started getting into horror. I did a complete flip and became fascinated with scary things and the supernatural. My favorite thing, though, were horror video games. Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Fatal Frame. I played any and every horror game I can get my hands on. And, with the internet, I was able to start researching and looking into all different types of cool horror monsters and the like. And, of course, I went from fearing werewolves to loving them. I'm not sure why I'm a big werewolf fan, but I just think they're awesome. Now, along with this came high school, and this was when I really started to get creative. I started writing just short stories based on things I found interesting, from Indiana Jones-like adventure stories to cool and creepy horror stories that would begin my trip down to writing creepypastas. Also here is when I joined theater and really first started doing entertainment. I did theater throughout my entire high school career, with plays ranging from The Mummy to The Wizard of Oz. I actually was the wizard there, so technically that play was about me. Theater spawned an interest in entertainment, but after acting for 4 years in high school, I found myself more interested in behind-the-scenes work in film, rather than the stage. So I decided I would make the smartest decision of my life and get a degree in film production. I did end up getting both my AA and then my bachelor's, but I never ended up doing anything with it. From here, I spent some time just living life. I met many of my friends that I've now dragged into my crew, including Brittany, Natasha, Bishop, Keegan, and all the wonderful people who were okay with me attempting to get them haunted. Here is also where I met my future wife, Becca, as well. We dated for about 3 years before we finally got married. Unfortunately, it didn't last that long, and we finally ended up going our separate ways from one another. Now, during this time of meeting friends and started to make a life for myself, I decided I wanted to start doing something more creative. I hadn't written or filmed anything in a long time, and I really wanted to work my creative side. Now, like I said before, I had grown fonder of horror and discovered creepypasta. I'd spent hours just sitting and reading stories, fascinated by all the creepy things people created. Now, when I couldn't read, I'd listen and throw in stories from narrators on YouTube. With this inspiration, I finally found a good creative outlet. I may not be able to sit down and write a short story or film a short film very often, but I could narrate and post a story regularly. I started narrating creepypastas on the Lupus Creepus channel, as a way to do something creative consistently, and it just grew from there. I found specifically that I really enjoyed reading ritual pastas as well, and I found myself pretty curious about them. I always wondered whether or not they would actually work. And that curiosity is what spawned Will It Kill Me? And, well, I think you guys know the rest, Creeplings. Anyway, I hope this has been an enlightening video, and I hope you guys enjoyed getting to know me a little better. Now, please keep watching the channel for many more videos. We're still working on more creepy things to bring you, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you have any more questions about me, please feel free to post them here. I'll be happy to answer. And with that, this is Lupus, and I'm out.